Match number 1, we're playing second. This is not a hand to keep, obviously, because it doesn't have the, as I've said, the key to drop in order to win. So we're mulliganing enough. We're going for this hand, which has the Devoted Druid as the vizier, as well as Nature's Rhythm. Obviously, we're going to keep the Curian Ranger, as always, because it's our half mana dork, as I said in the past. We see the opponent is exiling a Lotus Bloom, and we see a Suppression Ray / Orderly Plaza, which means that they are on Belcher. Belcher is an exceptionally good matchup for the elves in general. No matter what version you're playing, it's almost impossible. It's very difficult to lose because you have more threats than they have answers. So we keep on playing our cards. Pre-board, they don't have as many counter spells in order to remove all your 1-drops. Whatever is from 2 mana and up, though, they can counter it using Disrupting Shoal. So the first Devoted Druid went bye-bye because the opponent killed it. Still, they only have 2 cards in hand. We see that they do have 2 Lotus Bloom in the exile. Still, we're going for the same old deck that we all know. We're going for the Devoted Druid, and we're hoping that next turn we will be able to cast the Vizier and kill them with a Nature's Rhythm. The opponent does nothing in our turn. They try to tap out, though. I feel like they don't have a very good hand, but we will see how this goes. So I have no reason not to play the Badger Mole, the cub, at this point. So that's what I'm doing. The opponent here, they will try to cast a Waterlogged Teaching in order to look for an instant card. But even if they counter our Vizier, we still have 4 mana because of the the cub, Badger Mole. It's a mouthful for me to say. In order to go and get with Nature's Rhythm our Vizier and finish them from there. They only have 1 card in hand, as we can see. Therefore, they can definitely not counter anything else we have. The rest of the game, you know what happens. Nature's Rhythm for Azuri, and we're going for the kill. I will speed up the rest of the game. There's a small problem, though. The opponent got pissed off, and they dropped the whole match after that. They just quit. They didn't want to play anymore. I don't know. So sorry that I cannot offer you more Belcher content. I hope that in the future somebody else will stay and play the rest of the game. That's it. Let's go to match number 2. Match number 2. This is another perfect hand. I wish I wouldn't have the Lash Portico in my hand, but I can't do anything about it. We see Mistress Bauble. We still don't know what they're playing. It could be anything from Affinity into something red. We don't know yet. I don't need the Boseiju from what I can see. If they're playing Fields of Ruin, they're probably not playing an enchantment that I want to kill. So the opponent here, they're going to kill our land, and they're going to Portable Hole our Devoted Druid. We still don't know what they're playing. 3 mana, Teferi, they're bouncing back our Priest of Titania. So they're playing Teferi, which means that's some type of control. I remember this had a specific name. If somebody remembers how this deck used to be called in the chat, please write it, because I can't really remember it right now. So here we go. We're going to play the Priest of Titania. Still, I have enough threats, so I don't feel unsafe at all. The Supreme Verdict, my board, so be it. I'm going to Nature's Rhythm. I'm going to get my other Devoted Druid. And I do have the Vizier in hand, plus the Formidable Speaker. I mean, you should know by now, I have the kill. They do have 5 cards in hand, but I still feel very confident in what I present. So they had to exile a counter spell in order to get rid of my Nature's Rhythm. I don't mind that. And here we have Loki. This is a new card that's picked up a lot. Many control decks play it and like it. I have understood from this match why people like it, but still, I'm waiting to see what more it can do, because it's a 2/1 that cannot really attack, can it? And okay, there are only so many cards that you can have in hand. You'll see what I mean by when I say that, because of the way the games went. After a while, I didn't care how many cards the opponent had in hand. if I am still presenting more threats than you can deal with, eventually you're going to lose. Another portable hole. They're going to take this time my Vizier. This was a mistake by the opponent. They should have gone for the Priest of Titania. So I guess this is what the deck is all about. They're playing Relic of Progenitors. And whenever they're targeting anything, the opponent, themselves, whatever, because of Loki, they're drawing an extra card per turn. I don't mind that. I'm going to throw away my Vizier because at this point, I don't really believe that I'm going to beat them through the combo. And I'm going to go for my secondary combo of the deck, which is pretty powerful, which is Priest of Titania and Kyrian Ranger. The opponent has 3 cards in hand, 4 cards now because they're taking away my graveyard. I don't really mind. And let's see how it goes on from there. Because I keep on drawing threats. Nature's Rhythm is a double tutor. Chord is an instant speed tutor. It's also the reason I don't play Grizzled Zenith. So at this point, I'm going to cast a Nature's Rhythm for 3. What I would get in this case, as I might have caught an Eladamri just to create a bigger board. And I do have also my code for instant speed interaction. Loki cannot really block a Formidable Speaker, so I'm pitching for 2 per turn, and I'm okay with it. And eventually, I will run out of cards from the graveyard as it goes. As you can see, I didn't rush to cast my Code of Calling. I still want to be sure what I'm going to aim with it. I have a beater. It's a Formidable Speaker. Obviously, I'm playing around a Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Here's a Solitude, I guess. Right? Is it? There you go. So before anything happens, I'm gonna use my instant speed tutor Code of Calling and get my Silver Messenger. And I think this is where I messed up. Yes. And I auto-conceded out of shame because I wanted to protect my my Sylvan Safekeeper by sacrificing my Yavimaya. But obviously I got distracted like so many times in the past, and I didn't. And even though I wasn't dead yet, I auto-scooped out of shame. So let's go to game number 2. For the upcoming leagues, I'm not going to show you how I sideboard in and out because I'm still trying to figure out the configuration for the sideboard. It's not so easy to know what is good and what is not because I'm testing cards constantly. I don't even know the exact configuration at that point. But you should know by now, I've posted so many leagues, so many matches, that anyone that's actually interested in the deck should know by now how I sideboard. If I stick to the version with the Belcher and the Uroboroid, I will actually create a new sideboard guide, obviously, but I'm giving it some time still because I need to be 100% sure that this is the version that I'm going to play from now on. I do have to say, you can see what's happening on the board because we've been through that many times before. I didn't rush to cast a Nature's Rhythm at this point. I wanted to have double the mana with Priest of Titania and Devoted Druid. I'm not in a rush for some reason. I was so sure I was ahead in the game. There you go. But I just took my time in order to have enough mana to cast my double Nature's Rhythms. So I have pretty much 4 tutors in my hand right now. So first one goes away with a counterspell and Force of Negation. That's okay for me. It's 2 for 1. So with the second one, I'm going to get my Sylvan Safekeeper just to be 100% sure that nothing's going to die. And then I'm going to tutor with a Nature's Rhythm for 3 in order to get my Missouri and to be done with it. Obviously, the fairy has to leave the board. The only way for them to do anything right now is actually a Supreme Verdict, which they did not have, which Supreme Verdict would actually kill my Zuri. They're casting a Relic of Progenitors. They can't really do much. What's happening here? The opponent is complaining about me me having tutors, like the deck doesn't run 7 tutors. And that's it, we're going to game number 3. Game number 3. It's not an amazing hand. I do have Forces of Vigor because of the portable holes, but maybe I need to aim for something that is important in this matchup. I don't care that they took my Llanowar Elf. I have other things to cast. I'm still okay with it. And because sometimes in these decks they do run temporary lockdowns. And temporary lockdown, as you may understand, I will put a picture of the card here, is pretty problematic for elves, which means that they take away most of our deck. They countered my Priest of Titania. I'm keeping the Azuri on top because they don't really present much of a threat as it is right now. It's a deck that's pretty slow. It's like a control deck, a peculiar control deck, if I may say. I'm not going to play my Curion Ranger because they might want to portable hold something else. And then I can do, as you can see, 2 for 1. If they have the counter, that's okay. 1, 2, High Noon. People believe that High Noon is good against elves. Sorry, against Elf Ball. It's amazing. It shuts down the deck, but it doesn't shut down this version of the deck. That's another reason we're playing Chords of Calling. We can play also in their turn. So actually, I leave the High Noon on the board. I pitch and I get back my my creatures, and I'm going for the kill from them, from there. And that's it. We're going to the next match. Match number 3, we're playing second. This is a decent hand, and I'm keeping it because I'm also trying Badger more. There we go. We have Claws of Kicks. I am not a happy human. I'm going to throw my Sylvan Safekeeper on the board and pray they won't have the enchantment that kills me. 1, 2. We're going for the Devoted Druid, the Galvanic Blast creature, whatever. We are still not dead. Engineered Explosives on 0. And if you know one thing about what I've said about Devoted Elves, is that we don't give a damn about a Kappa Cannoneer. I can kill everything with a Kappa. I can kill them fast. A Kappa isn't enough. 2 Kappas aren't enough, even if they are 10, 1 or 2. Devoted Elves can kill it. So there we go. They named Devoted Druid. That was a bit premature by the opponent, but I guess they wanted to go for lethal damage or actually cast the whole hand. Pardon me. They played correctly the rest of the hand. Yes, I will take 9 damage, but I do have a surprise for you because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to chord for 3. First I'm going to block, and then I'm going to chord for 3. Because of the Convoke, I will have 1 mana left over. Therefore, I will be able to regenerate my Curion Ranger while I get my Azuri, and I'm pretty sure you know what's happening after that. There's no freaking way they can deal with the damage that I am going to deal them. Here I was tapping like an idiot. 15 mana. And I'm just swinging for the kill. That's it. We're going to game number 2. What I do have to say about sideboarding, though, is that I'm trying to change the sideboard that I will have to, so that I will only put sideboard fewer cards to have a more compact sideboard. And another card that I'm testing right now is Fracturing Gust, which you can see. Fracturing Gust is a card that I will always have deep in my heart because it creates such nice and fun games. For me, not for the opponent, but I don't care about the opponent. And once again, what did I say? We don't care about a Kappa Cannoneer. And here with the trigger on the stack, I'm going to cast my Disruptor Flute in order to rain Emry. The loop they would create here is that Emry would get artifacts from the graveyard and make an unblockable Kappa. This is not what I want. So as you can see, they have a huge board. Kappa is attacking without any problem. I do have a Force of Vigor, which is amazing. I just have to survive a turn. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kill the, how's its name? The Pinnacle Emissary. Oh, wait a minute. We have to see that. Boom. Oh, I love magic. Oh, I love Fracturing Gust. That was so nice. Anyway, I got distracted. The reason I killed Pinnacle Emissary is because it would go to exile and would be able to cast it afterwards. I wanted to get rid of all the threats they had. I didn't touch any other card because I wanted to kill everything using Fracturing Gust in order to gain the life. And as we can see, I just have the combo. I had the Nature's Rhythm, I drew the Devoted Druid, and we're killing them and going on from there. Let's go on to the next one. Next match, we're playing second. This is another hand we'd like to keep. As I've said before, Kahira, we don't know anymore what deck it indicates. It used to be control, but nowadays Boros Land Destruction also plays the card. So when they started with the Thundering Falls, I knew immediately it was a Jeskai Control deck. So, Devoted Druid. My hand is very weak to a control matchup. Galvanic Discharge. Obviously, you're always killing your Devoted Druid in response to Galvanic Discharge. You don't want to give him the energy counters. So what do I expect from what I'm saying so far? I'm expecting a Scepter plus Orin's Chance. Usually it's a matchup I'm not afraid to play against. They're exiling the Wrath of the Skies, which means that they have many cards. But it didn't go as I wanted to go, this match. They undoing me, I didn't have anything going like an engine. The creatures I had on the board weren't as good. And that's it, we're going to the next one. The most important cards in this matchup are the Isochron Scepter, because they're trying to create a lock with the Orim's Chant, which, as I've proven in the past, is not a combo that I am actually afraid of, because we can bypass it, as well as the Wrath of the Skies effects, which kill our whole board. This is why Sun Cleanser and the Boseiju I have in hand, are pretty important to keep in hand. Galvanic Discharge, once again, we're killing our Devoted Druid. I have nothing going. The reason I kept the hand was the Vexing Bauble, I think, because I didn't want an early Solitude. Obviously, I'm keeping my Windswept Heath up because I want to crack another turn in order to get my Lash Portico. There we go, the Scepter. Yeah, that's old news. I don't care about that. The Cub was a good draw. So I'm tapping, I'm playing the Cub, and I'm putting the Cub ability on the Lash Portico, so in case they kill anything, I can actually, my Lash Portico can come back and actually I can scry. Here I rushed. I had nothing going on. Why on earth did I kill the Scepter now? I think I rushed a lot. I was too excited. Yeah, that's why I drew my War Master. It's okay, they had another chant. But it's okay, I drew also the Court of Calling, which is good news. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I rushed here too. If you're in my shoes, don't do what I did. What you should actually do is tap all your mana. I played so recklessly. Why did I play like that? I played like that because I had the War Master thing in hand, and I thought that I would be able to kill them like that. I do believe that the best play would actually be to go and get my Ladamri and go on from there, because Ladamri creates a huge board advantage. What I have here is just a War Master. War Master isn't that good. The only reason I'm keeping it still in the deck is because I don't have another 2 mana finisher. So I'm losing my whole board, Nature's Rhythm in the top. I'm not very confident right now, and it's all my fault. Control isn't a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup when you're playing the deck wrong, and I was very arrogant and cocky, and I played it wrong. I keep making mistakes one after the other. I don't think that Sun Cleanser was the answer here either. I had to progress my board. This was a very defensive card, especially when I don't have anything else to follow up with. For example, here, if they drew the Days Undoing, another chant, or whatever, if they drew the Days Undoing, I was dead regardless, because a Sun Cleanser on its own cannot do much. So we have 1, 2, 3 chants. It's okay. I've dealt with 15. That was devastating, but I do have to say that I deserved it, because I didn't play well. At this point I conceded, I was very frustrated with myself, but sometimes you have just to suck it up, realize that you played the deck wrong. It wasn't the deck failing you, it was you failing the deck, and that's a very important lesson in Magic. Not to blame the deck constantly when you're losing, but try to see if you are also the one to blame. Let's go to the next one. Last round against An opponent that I never like to face online because I do have them blocked right now. I think there are some people that are toxic online. I think they are one of them. Anyway, we have our plan. They play blue. I think they're in blue Tron. Most of the time they are. And we're going from there. Endurance wasn't needed in this case. I tried to, bait the counterspell using Curion before I played my Caravan of Souls together with the Devoted Druid. But nothing happened. And we're going on to... It seems I don't have them blocked. Oh, I do have them blocked. They spoke, but I can't see what they're saying. Oh well, even better. 1, 2, dress down. I don't mind that. I'm going to get my creature and go on from there. Because I have Code of Calling, I really cannot play the deck without Code of Calling. It's the instant speed interaction that's priceless. So yeah. See, if I didn't have this Code of Calling here, if this was a Green Sun Zenith, because people asked me to play Green Sun Zenith, and I do understand where they're coming from, would I be able to do what I'm doing right now? When they play Dress Down, what would I do? I would have actually lost the game. But in this case, I'm not dead. And I actually have the kill next turn. Did they complain again? Yes, and I can still not see it. I never saw this when I was playing because I was just ignoring the chat. I can't see anything because I have them blocked. So we have a Nature's Rhythm in the graveyard. If they have a counterspell, a Force of Negation, sorry, so be it. But I'm not going to sit around and wait because the longer we wait against Eldrazi, Blue Eldrazi, we're losing. And that's it. And we're going to the next one. Blue Eldrazi isn't your typical Eldrazi list. Void Mirror that I'm also testing in the sideboard isn't good against them because they're running a lot of islands. But Dumping Sphere is pretty decent. This is why I'm going to play it like that. I played the Devoted Druid first because first I'm going to be more aggressive. And then I'm going to be casting my Dumping Sphere. Plus, they didn't show any sign of going for a Tron on turn 3. So I was fine with that. So now I'm going to play the Dumping Sphere. Obviously, always be aware the order in which you cast the spells. If you cast first the Dumping Sphere and then the Devoted Druid would demand an extra mana to be cast. That is why I'm casting Devoted Druid first and then the... the Dumping Sphere. Coslex command for 5. Did I keep a... I didn't keep any Agatha Soul Cauldrons, but I never want the opponent to know if I kept them or not. This is why I'm always sacrificing the Devoted Druid. It's also a statement. And here we have Buttermore. The Cub, which is creating a huge nice board. I'm not casting Ouroboros here. I want to create a board advantage. So they have 7 mana. And I have a Cavern of Souls on the top of my deck. They have 2 blue cards. 2 islands, but I have an Ouroboros, and I'm making it uncounterable. They thought that I wouldn't be able to kill the Ugin, didn't they? But guess what? Ouroboros has a different idea, and I'm just swinging on that creature and killing it. And I think the opponent rage quit at this point, and that's it. If you stayed at the end of this video, thank you very much for watching. I will try to offer more leaks with this configuration of the deck, which I think it's far superior to the previous one. Please leave any comment below what else you would like me to try. I know I have a request for Elf Ball, and I'm going to try to play Elf Ball very soon. I'm just trying to tweak the deck as much as I can and tell you, okay, this is the final version of the deck. You can pick it up and play, so I can create the sideboard and everything. As always, in the description box of the video, you'll find all the necessary info regarding anything I play or any ideas, any thoughts I have. I'm always very happy to have a discussion with the community. I'm always happy to help with any version of Elves, Elf Ball, Black, Green, anything that makes people happy, and any other idea you want. So that's all for now, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.